Once upon a moonful night, there was a girl who was an orc. She had gold slitted eyes and dark green skin. Her black hair, when light touched it, drank it in. And when she turned 11, she began to have true dreams. The circle turns, the circle turns, the circle turns again. Half dreaming, half awake, she sees a boy. He's racing in between tall birches. She thinks, not sees. She is the boy. Like always, dry twigs crunch. His eyes are colorblind and hers are not. She feels his heart thump in her ears. Another true dream. She can feel the pull, the painful tug of each quick breath he breathes. He's hungry. He hunts tonight. He's playing hunter. He grips his bone dagger so tightly it hurts, but still, it's better than letting it slip out of his sweaty, slick grip. The thing and what's within the bone both agree. He sprints. Dry birches flit until he comes upon the creek. He stops and listens for it. A rustle in the brush. His eyes pursue it. Hisses the dagger, and wincing, he goes after into bramble. Dry thorns prick. His shins sing when stung, but still he runs. It's not much use. He's quick, but not as quick as what he hunts. Not even close. Not even close. It's gone. Not fast enough, she hears him think. He gives a groan, and then the dagger hisses, harmonizing with the chill spring wind. But the dagger's hiss insists. He sighs, but grudgingly obliges it. He has holes in both his boots. She feels the wetness of the grayscale grass poking through with each and every hungry step he takes. It glows. It glows. The bone dagger glows as red as quenched revenge. She feels the red, but then slip. Careless. He turns far too fast. Slow motion fall. There goes his footing. He seems to hang suspended in the air until the ground slams into him. He lands hard on big braided roots. She feels the breath get knocked out of him. Only then does she feel his pain bloom. The angry dagger hisses. I know it did, he wants to scream. I know, but he can't even speak yet. And if he could, who would hear? I would, she dreams. He writhes and leers up at Mount Wraithwood. Hey, she thinks. Hey, I know that place. How did he get all the way to stop, he thinks aloud. He gets up groaning and rubs his sternum. Not a good pain. The hand that holds the dagger squeezes, but the dagger can't heal until it drinks. The dagger can't heal until it drinks. Fine, the boy shouts. The spirit grins. The girl goes hollow. The second time he says it quiet. Fine. No, thinks Nala. Defeated now, he lets please. She thinks the spirit don't in. He lets the spirit in. He moves with new speed, so fast he gets lightheaded, and so does the dreamer. The world leans red. Each shadow seems to recoil away from red day's touch within a dozen hateful, hobbled breaths. No, she thinks again. He pins some furry. Don't do it, howling creature, please. And as the dagger flays Nala's eyes snapped open. She blinked the bleariness away. She lay there in the dark, Safe on her back in bed. Her heart was thumping in her ears, but all around her the day was peaceful. Day, she thought. It had been day in her dream, her daymare. She shook it off and clenched her eyes shut. Just a dream, thought Nala. The last thing she had seen was the doomed creature's eyes, and it had been... its eyes were just a dream. Nala's tusks were finally beginning to come in, which was more painful than she'd expected it to be. Her gums were always sore, but now at least they were more like tusks. Before, they'd just been long, thin teeth, like cat fangs. Wimpy, at least in her case. Nala listened to her heart thump. As she looked at the ceiling, she watched slivers of light flutter through shadows, slicing in through heavy closed curtains. Nala's black hair fanned out all around her, like tendrils of a dark halo, like bottomless shadows, keeping her safe from sun and suffering and daylight and bad dreams. The warm wind rolled off of Mount Wraithwood, buffeting Nala's window. The heavy curtains billowed just a little, just enough to let rays of light dance over the empty beds all around her. Day. Nala felt tired. She wished she could just go back to sleep. The sleeping hut was mostly empty because her family was away. It was just Nala and her grandma's small snoring. Hungry Day pried at the edges of the cottage's tall windows, but the meat of Day's harshness was held at bay by 3 huge curtains. Old curtains, almost as old as she was. Nala had always loved those curtains, and the symbol stitched into each one. In the safety of the darkness, Nala half remembered, half made up a memory. In this memory, she was watching Mama and Gran embroider those curtains together. Long ago. She must have been a baby. She watched them spend 3 long, slow evenings embroidering those curtains by hand. Nala wondered why they did things by hand when they could do magic. The symbol was their family symbol. The symbol of the Dogmores, sister moons, one full and one empty, side by side but not touching. For the empty moon, they used black thread. It was the blackest thread they had, but even that was not as black as Nala's hair was. Nala's hair drank in all the light that tried to touch it, but for the full moon, they used moonthread. Moonthread was only made in Yorkshire. It was colorless gray in the day, but when the moon touched it, the thread glowed and cycled through every color. Sometimes the colors went slowly, sometimes fast, like a hovering hummingbird. But that was only when the moon touched it. It was day, so it was gray, and Nala's heart could not stop racing. Just a dream, Nala thought. Hummed her shadow, as if to say, you're safe. Breathe deep. Nala tried to, but the breath came out all rattly. The curtains kept the shadow sinking and kept the young girl safe. Nala closed her eyes. The wind kept hissing, but it was also distant now. The wind and all the hunger. The day, and even Gran. Nala breathed in deep, just a dream. And let herself get heavy, and hoped she wouldn't.